Hey guys, it's John from Everyday Carrying. Thanks for watching. As you can tell by my jacket and the weather outside, winter is just around the corner. I wanted to talk to you guys today about some of the changes that I make to my winter EDC kit. Even though I live in the South, it still gets pretty cold down here and we have to layer up quite a bit. Now, most of the guys, when it starts to get colder out, they put thicker jackets on, start to carry bigger firearms, and that's about the only change they make. First thing we want to always remember is if we're making any change to our concealed carry system, we want to practice. We want to practice working with the jackets, working with multiple layers of clothing to make sure that we can get to our firearm in a safe and quick manner. But an EDC system goes far beyond our firearms. Let's take a look at some of the other changes that I make to my system when the winter months come.
Alright guys, we're here on the table to take a closer look at some of the changes that I make to my winter EDC. You know, it gets a little colder, we have thicker jackets on, so we're able to carry a little bit more. Now a lot of people think just because we have thicker jackets on that we have to carry more. I don't necessarily carry more, I carry just a little bit bigger. This is my standard CCW weapon, my M&P shield with Trijicon HD night sights, stippled grip. I'll annotate the video lower, the review that I've done on this gun and this holster. And this is what I carry most of the time. Now, when it does get colder, I do sometimes just go a little bit bigger. Bring in, you know, look pretty much identical. This is my M&P 9 full size. But notice that I haven't changed the system at all. I run the same exact sights on this gun as I do on my shield. I stipple the grips the same on my M&P as I do on my shield. I run the same holsters. What I see a lot of guys do is they'll go from a small carry gun that they might wear, you know, in an appendix or small of the back, and then winter time comes, they change their firearm, they change the position, they start running it on their 3 o'clock. Guys, we want to keep everything as similar as we can so that if something happens, our motor skills start kicking in and adrenaline's kicking in, and they're all doing the same exact thing that we've always practiced on the range. We're going to the same location for our gun. We're going to the same location for our spare magazine if we need to. Our draw stroke is the same. Everything is staying the same. Even down to, I have the same exact sight picture on my shield as I do on my M&P 9. So guys, keeping everything similar is very critical towards creating good habits that if you were to ever need either of these firearms, you know where everything is. So that's the first thing, is with the firearms, keep it as similar as possible that you can, and also remember to practice as much as you can with jackets on, with coats, sweaters, whatever you might be wearing. So for firearms, all I do, I try to keep it as similar as I can. I just might carry a larger firearm because I'm able to under a heavy jacket. So with that out of the way, the next step might be a change that I make in knives. Usually, you know, I'll carry a smaller pocket knife around just for utility work. But what I have found the biggest changes that I make in the winter is going to a larger knife. Not just a larger knife for the fact that I can carry more weight. We have to get out of that mindset that it's now winter and we can carry more weight because we have, you know, more pockets in our jackets and nobody can notice as much because everybody looks big and bulky on the road. I go to a larger knife just because when my hands start to get cold or I'm wearing gloves, you know, you start to lose the dexterity in your fingers, and it's a whole lot easier to grab this big, huge thumb hole on my paramilitary 2 than it is trying to keep, you know, this little SOG Flash 1 in my hand and trying to find the thumb stud to get it open. Let alone if I have to come down here and activate the safety, you know, I got to get that with my thumbnail. And if I have gloves on, there's no way I'm going to be able to get that, you know, activated so I can deploy my knife. So that's one change that I make also. I go to a bigger knife just so that I have a larger handle to hold on to if I'm wearing gloves, and I have a larger thumb hole or thumb stud, you know, something easier to access the blade of the knife if I'm wearing gloves or if my hands are just extremely cold. With that same thought in mind, I usually go to a larger flashlight as well. If you carry, a lot of people carry small AAA, or pen lights. If you carry something that is a rotary style activation, once again, it's really hard to get a good grasp on this if your hands are really cold or if you're wearing gloves. So look at a larger light that you can get in your hand that also has a tail switch. Just make it easy on yourself to find that and to activate it. And it'll just make things a whole lot easier. Now, do you have to make this change? No. And I'm not doing it just because, look, I can carry a larger flashlight now because I have a big jacket on. I'm doing it for ease of use so that if I have to use a flashlight anywhere, it's just easier for me to use because usually when it's colder out, things are hard as is. The last thing that I want to make sure that I carry is I carry an external battery for my cell phone. Batteries just do not last as long when it's cold out. You leave your phone in your car or something, and if it's cold out, it can eat through the battery some. Batteries are just not made to withstand cold temperatures. So I always carry an external battery with me as well, just to give myself a little bit more juice on those cold days. And it kind of seems like, too, if we're talking really cold days, up north, even what happened, in Georgia last year where people were stuck on the side of the road, it's good to have something like that just for those occurrences where you can still communicate with people and get information. So those are the changes that I make to my winter EDC system.
Well guys, there you have a closer look at my EDC system. Remember, if you change the gear that you're wearing in your EDC carry, make sure that you're efficient with every tool that you carry before you head out the door. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you have any other comments on winter EDC systems, feel free to leave them below. And if you need even more EDC information on a daily basis, check us out on Facebook at Everyday Carrying. Until next time, be safe.